Dopamine is this incredibly powerful molecule that allows us to buffer the workflow process. It allows us to be in it for longer, and it allows us to actually eventually enjoy the process of effort and not think about the reward of but just say, oh, I'm enjoying the process, right? Where you just try the first step. The first step in learning to attack dopamine to the effort process, which is the key operation in order to succeed is to be very careful about how much you focus on the end goal. And so if you trust, if you having a time to controlling your thoughts, your feelings and your emotion, your feeling trigger, your feeling everything bearing down you. Do something to shift your physiology so that you can approach that challenge from a different stance. If you were staying and trust someone to do the worst some possible thing in the morning to set the setup for a failure, what would it be? Stay in bed, curtain roll, passively scrolling on social media, drinking coffee too early in the day. They are getting to handicap movement setup, making a cup of coffee while testing that they're not being the director on the national what the thing that they will do. They are just allowing the morning to have one come and take them wherever and turn away when the wind blows. And that's right. And I have to say, when I describe my routine accurately, my morning routine accurately, if I were to really optimize it, I would. What is the morning routine look like at the moment? Morning routine is, and I have to be careful here because whenever I describe my routine in a little bit of detail, people always say, I can't believe you don't go to the bathroom, and it's really like, well, so I want my parents to right foot, left foot, so I want to be clear. One year I would want to take care of my basic function. But when I wake up, I make a beeline for sunlight. So I'm going to get sunlight in my eyes for the, I will probably want to regret saying this go flip. If you have heard me say this before, the single best thing you can do for your sleep, your energy, your mood, your wakefulness, and your metabolism is to get natural light in your eyes early in the day. Don't waste classes to do it. Take about 10 minutes or so. If you live in a cloudy area in the UK in the winter, yes, in the summer or the summer, maybe you resort to some artificial lights as a replacement. But someone you can get bright natural, and if not natural artificial light in your eye in early the day with sunglasses. Contacts and eyeglasses or fine. Don't try and do it through a window or while where you take twice to long this in motion a huge number of different neurological and hormonal gases that are good for you. Reduce stress late at night. Offset cortisol, a million different things really that's good for you, so I get it. So then I come back inside and then I do not drink caffeine right away. It's about in many ways to delay caffeine enough to so that you can clear out some of the chemical signal in the brain and body that leads to a failure of it. So that long you are awake, the molecule that called that adrenaline build up in your system, and when you sleep, you rest adrenaline level back down. When you wake up in the morning, that adrenaline level can be zero, but oftentimes they still have some hanging around. Caffeine is an agonist, and agonist is a block agonist function. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's effectively what it does. So if you wake up and you got 20% of your this agonist still hasn't been cleared out stuff of growth that you wake up with, then you go and drink your coffee and you crush that ability of agonist to have that effect, but it hasn't gone away. So that when your coffee was of mid morning, that agonist is there and you feel this mid morning crash or afternoon crash. So I delay my caffeine intake for about 90 and ideally 120 minutes after I wake up, because it's not where you bring your energy level down very low to zero, and then you don't get this rebound crash in the afternoon. For years I would get this post-lunch crash, and I thought maybe I'm eating too much lunch when I want to say, or maybe I'm eating the wrong food. Turn it out, so I really took my timing of cafe and your system learn how to wake up naturally, like right. You get a natural, cortisol and adrenaline, give it the time, and people how hate this burn because it's a little painful, no caffeine added, but blood serious caffeine added, and I will tell you, it's also make the child coffee so much, you gotta just like offer up, you serve, you like, oh my first, it's like so much better. I let you the double system, what I know way to talk about later. triggering on your phones when it comes to dopamine? Okay, real question. We often hear that, in the social media, getting dopamine hits after dopamine hit. When we first get on social media, after a while, for the first time, or after a long period of time, the amount of dopamine that released we think is which sensational. It's never remember. Dopamine is about novelty, surprise, and the sense we are on some exciting track. That's what dopamine is really about. It's better to stay up greediness, anticipation, looking, seeking, almost away for things outside the comfort of our skin. One of key takeaways from that book, Nomination, I have included in my own life is that there are certain activities like cold water that create long-lasting adapt. Dopamine those can be very useful for putting us into long-lasting motivational state. There's not big peaks and troughs. They are the pain of the cold water, followed by this long of dopamine wonderful. It's kind of an antidepressant, positive motivator, natural stimulus. I always say if you don't have to assess your asthma, cold water, yes, if you go hot enough, you have a someone that doesn't get cold enough. You keep in mind that original study. So in this dopamine increase hot, if people get into city water, when it's not cold for 45 to an hour. So your water might go up, but you could just raw cap could bath and get it into the neck. So cause I really there are sometimes some customers people they are not even one everyone has an eye bath. And I have to say when I thought I described my routine accurately, my morning routine accurately, if I were to really automate it, I have done this from time to time. I would I would hydrate and I would immediately exercise. I would use that early beginning of the cortisol response that come with working to get the body interaction set up through Winkle style. Right, for that I will say his ball, but I see them at 7 a.m. Yeah, recently. Let's say somebody really wants to take up on a fitness routine. They hate running or they want to lose weight in a healthy way. This kind of thing. So we have heard some example. You just what you saw the door, and then they want they show you what the amount they treat you go the door. Therefore you walk around the block and then and then eventually like running one time. Okay, right. But to sustain that behavior or even make the behavior blissful and give you energy, the key is to subjectively reward those steps. So it's not going to be let's say I go out and I run a mile and my goal is to run 10 miles in a field work. The case as you in a stand of the mind, the hard park, you way to tell yourself this is the hard good park. This is the part that give me energy, and we will very subside if people don't actually feel like they could continue further. So it's a journey of 1,000 miles. Start with a single is make up of single step, but the key is to reward the starter step, not the easier one and not the ones where you get the things that you want. Don't reward yourself for putting yourself taking a step you outside. You could if that was a huge barrier for you, it will not if it was very hard for you running 10 miles for the world. Then press a little bit for the throw that wall and rewards that process. This is the part about because when you're really never gets in back out, and that's when you have opportunity to win in take those narrow pathway to slide back down. The other element is to really important to last this is this rest phase and it associated with the release of the molecule neuromodulator serotonin. Serotonin is a reward molecule, just like dopamine, except that is released in the brain in response to the subjective experience that we have enough result. So when we eat a big meal or we enjoy with meal, we better enjoy a meal with friends or family. And it's just incredible thing. Even in your reset is not feeling of being reset. As an antidepressive effect, when you know if you hold your child or a partner that you love or your dog, there's this feeling of having enough. When so whereas dopamine is really the molecule that makes us looking at things outside the product our skin like to be the pursuit of things really the pursuit motivation molecule. Serotonin is really about feeling like we have enough in our immediate environment, and it's so powerful because unless that kill me that serotonin but it's taken up very directly we cannot lean back into the dopamine what pursuit represent for very long. So we need serotonin absolutely to feel more what complete whole self You need to balance serotonin and dopamine, maybe across the day, maybe across the week. I think in religious practice, our religious really that this kind of Sabbath that's our reset rest barrier, for my family. I think I was make a sense because they need to be renewal.